Hey guys, welcome back to another video over here on the Chinese Zodiac and Horoscopes. Today we're going to be doing a reading for you guys born in the year of the horse. So welcome back all my pony pals. How are we doing this week? Well, let's find out, shall we? As we move the cards around, give them a bit of a shuffle up. And we'll stop at the ones that feel about right. Just move this around a little bit. Let's stop about there. And we'll take that one from the bottom, this one from the middle, and this one from the top. What have we got? Okay, so we've got 3 blacks. We are in the negative. And of course, it can be perceived as, oh no, doom and gloom, the end is nigh, everything sucks. But black isn't always an attack. White isn't always all right. It all depends on the compatibility of the cards when we flip them over. So what have we got? All right, okay, so yeah, not a great start at all. That is your conflict card. This is a very conflicted time for you. We have got that rat coming in to kind of upset the balance, kind of tying you down a bit, controlling you a bit, keeping you a bit restricted, or at least you feel that way, that you're kind of not able to do what you want to do and you're not moving in the directions of which you'd wish or which you'd prefer. It's nothing too drastic or nothing too bad to worry about, because you will be able to overcome this. You will be able to kind of get over this. You will sort of get through this phase. It's just, it's going to be a little bit difficult, a little bit of a hiccup, a little bit of an upset. And the worst thing is that you probably don't know how to fix it, and that's why it's not been fixed yet. So you're kind of just sort of like a bit confused about, like, you know, what to do. Like, your car's broken down. You know it's broken down. You know it won't start. You just don't know what part needs to be replaced yet. As soon as you do, you'll get back on the road. And that's what's kind of happening right now. It's a lot of up and downs, and a lot of I'd say I want to say sort of like overstimulation, almost like you're being overstimulated to kind of try and tackle too much at once, trying to juggle everything at once, trying to get stuff done all at once. And because of this, it's restricting you, feeling tied down, don't know where to start now because there's so many different options for you available. And because of that, it's almost like it's easier to opt to not really pursue anything. So say it's almost like you're reluctant to move forward now because you're kind of out of control. You don't have that independence which you once had. So now you're sort of holding yourself back, becoming reserved, because you don't want to move too forward away or move too quickly forward away from what it is you're already working on. Unfortunately, what you're working on has now kind of hit a dead end. Not to say that it's all over, it's just for some reason you can't progress through that right now at this point. This is something that you're going to have to come back and tackle later. This is something that you're going to have to kind of get experience with before you can tackle it and overcome it. Which means, of course, sitting there almost stagnating, almost not being able to move anywhere. Then we got the Ox card, because you're not moving anywhere. You're kind of just stuck there. And yeah, slowly does it. You're here for almost like a safety reason. It's like a precaution. It's a precautionary measure. Lots of thinking to do, lots of figuring out to do, lots of experience to be gained here. And from that, you know, you're going to be able to tackle this better in the future. It's going to get easier, but it's definitely not going to be easy right now. That Ox, not overly compatible with the horse, but not greatly incompatible either. And I think right now what you've got is this need to push forward, be persistent, be almost like a constant, where you're not giving up, you're not sort of like throwing in the towel. You're a horse, you know, you're going to push forward regardless. But your almost intuition is playing up. It's like your sort of spidey senses, your horsey senses, they're not really working to your benefit or to your advantage. So now it's something to decipher. It's something that's even more confusing, because you're going to follow your intuition. You're going to follow that kind of instinct that you've got. I think right now we've got some sort of like communication problems where you're just trying to figure out the words you need, or the phrase, or the sort of like, I don't know, the sentences and wording that you need to be able to break this spell, like a counter spell, like a counter sort of stagnance, like a counter to the stagnate, a counter spell to the stagnation that you've found yourself in. And of course, you're a horse, so you're going to be persistent with this and try and get it to work and try and break free of this. But that ox is going to sort of slow you down and say, come on, let's think about this. You don't need to kick the door down. We just need to work out where the key is. And it's kind of that. Nobody's denying you the sort of opportunity to get through the door. It's just you don't have to kick it down. You just need to kind of figure it out. Which, of course, as I said, you will. You're going to figure this one out. It's only temporary. It is only temporary. Just don't waste your effort kicking the door down when there is a key under the mat. Got the rooster card coming in. There is lots to think about. This could be stemming from sort of financial problems, maybe. Maybe there is a I don't know, a purchase that you've made or that you're wanting to make, and unfortunately, you're not quite there yet. So it's almost like it's all about the saving up and sort of tightening the belt, tightening those purse strings almost. The horse and the rooster, they do have a amicable relationship. It's not that bad. It's not really as bad as the rat or the ox there. So it's not all bad. It's just, I think you're going to find things are dominating a lot. They're going to be domineering. They're going to be kind of pressure. There's going to be pressure here. It's going to make you want to be cautious, which is going to take away your free spirit, which is going to ground you, which is going to hold you back, which is going to make you feel frustrated because you want to move forward, but you can't because you're being slowed right down. And in this example, it's so that you can actually figure it out in the time there. You figure it out in this amount of time rather than rush it and try and figure it out in a quicker amount of time. Everything is going to happen for a reason. Everything has got to be this way, and everything is this way. If you've got financial issues right now, if you haven't really got to the point where you want to get to, where you're kind of like wanting to purchase something and you can't, or maybe you are, in a position where you're a bit worried, the best thing about this is to remember that you are a horse and you are industrious and you are sort of revolutionary when it comes to solving problems and taking on taking on tasks and going full on with it. Okay, yeah, it's a bit of a hiccup and you're being slowed down a little bit, so that just means you can't solve it quickly. It doesn't mean that you can't solve it. It just means right now the things that you've got to solve need to be done precisely in a way, like an actual sort of chronological way or an alphabetical way. It's got to be done in order, in sequence. There's sequence to this, and that's going to help you push through this. Of course, you're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to get agitated because you've got to think your way through this week. You can't communicate, talk your way through it, negotiate through it, compromise. You can't do that. There's no compromise in here. You need to figure out what works. There's only one way to work. Basically, you need to figure out where the key is. You can't kick the door down. You need to find the key. And to do that, it's going to require a certain mindset and thinking about it and figuring it out. And we'll find out, won't we, next week when we come back, and we'll see if you actually manage to figure that one out and get out of this stagnating place. We'll be back for a reading for you guys next Thursday. I'll be back later on today with a reading for you guys born in the year of the sheep. If you're interested, I'll see you then. If not, I'll just see you next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Love and peace.